Okay, right.
I've just got to sort out.
Just going to double check all my volumes.
I've got to sort out mine now.
Right, yes. I did actually make sure the mic was on this time because I forgot to mute it on the mic this time. Alright, so
Yeah,
clean up. Oops. Right, I'm just going to clean up tools. Remember, kids, don't do this without a adult supervising. Thank you, Ojin.
Checking Facebook now because I just muted you on there.
Can you keep an eye on Mike Bones as well? Because I entered into a giveaway over there. I'm just waiting for a certain time to elapse before I play some music.
Okay. Facebook, I can't see your face.
I'm not on Facebook.
Not Facebook, YouTube. That box at the bottom's got nothing.
And helps if I lift up the lap thing on. Right, so let's see. Stream Raiders first, because I keep forgetting we've got that. So let's go set that off. Type in !battle to join it, and it'll take you to my stream. It'll give you my Stream Raiders link. We'll have all the water. All the water belong to us. All of it. There we go. So there we go. That's Stream Raiders up. This stream marathon, which ends on Sunday, is in aid of Elm Wildlife. Sorry, I'm having a sleepy day. I didn't get much sleep last night. It's in aid of Elm Wildlife here in Devon. They are in need of funds to relocate, or we could lose them forever, and they're basically the equivalent of if you were to put two hospitals in Devon together, as in Derriford Hospital and Torbay Hospital. That's how important they are for animals. If Devon was to lose both those hospitals, it would lose any major hospital. So for wildlife, that's what Elm Wildlife kind of is for them. It's the combination of the two, and if Devon lost two simultaneously. We do have other wildlife rescues, obviously, in Devon, but none as specialised and as big as Elm. The others are all, super specialised in that they only do one type of animal, or certain types of animals. Teeny weeny bit of flack there. I'll have to get a knife on that one. I'm just cleaning up some flack. Do them in a minute. They're too small. So, for YouTube's benefit, remember YouTube, I have credited MFCC Music 3 times on this video effectively. Firstly, in my description, as they ask. Secondly, as a little title thing at the top of the screen here, about there roughly. And next, around here, as I'm pointing with my file, in my actual Spotify playlist that I'm using. And I do make sure it's them, although the list I've put together is a list of various songs throughout their albums, so it showcases a bit of everything they do. But yeah, they are on Spotify as well, and it is copyright royalty free music. Which is why I use them, because they're social music effectively, and because all they ask of you is that you credit them, and if you can join their Patreon. So they don't ask a lot. I've forgotten who this is I'm doing. Murdoch Sendras, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Try and get that out of the light. In fact, I could probably turn that light down a bit, actually. Just a little bit too bright. Or temporarily, I could just turn it off. Maybe. So that's who I'm doing. Right, so we should have passed the time now where YouTube is happy. No, we'll start that one from the beginning. Otherwise, it's just weird. I will be checking Mike Moan's stream from time to time as I'm lurking away on his. So if you're watching me, I recommend hopping over to Twitch and checking out Mike Moans. He's also here on Kick, and I believe he's also here on YouTube as well. So check out Mike Moans. He does D&D miniatures, and does them professionally, unlike me, who's doing it as a hobby. So if you wanted to buy stuff, he's another cool guy. There's also Troll Trader as well. They're another cool set to look out for. So yeah, go check those channels out. So there's my shout out to some really cool folks that I've met here on streaming. Sounds like my thing for Mike Moans's stream. I'm playing Stream Raiders at the same time as I am hosting Stream Raiders. Still not gone. I'm gonna have to pull my model glasses down so I can see this one tiny bit of flak on the top of the cloak.
And it's tiny as well.
And it really is tiny. I need something even more needle-like than this file from Games Workshop. In fact, I have a smaller one in my tools. Where do I put them?
Oh,
sorry. My workspace is still just chaos from the technical chaos of Monday.
where's that?
No, they've got their own kit box.
Yeah, I was checking to see if they're underneath it. Not there.
No.
Not underneath that.
Oh, there's another reference tool I'm going to need. Who's this for? Oh, more interrupters. I can go over there. I've got loads of those to do. Found them.
Right, okay.
They were staring us in the face. And yes, I do. Thank goodness. I have a smaller one that's round.
Just make sure the Primark was safe. The box fell down. We don't want that, do we?
Hey, this is really a stubborn. It's where the mould held the cloak. And it really doesn't want to give up this tiny, tiny piece.
Don't forget, that was the dramatic cloak.
I know it was the dramatic cloak. When I put it on the blue tack and the pegs, it flew like it was being all heroic. The cloak had its mind of its own. It's better. And we haven't lost any detail. That's very important. Now to remove the tiniest, tiniest little bits of flak, I have to turn into a surgeon. I would have thought in an era of 3D printing, a lot of flack could have been done away with, but apparently the era of 3D printing has brought more flack. Imagine that. Right, so Awkward Monsters has started playing now as well. Okay. So I need to place a unit on Awkward Monsters. We're waiting for Mike to put his monsters down. So let's put my archer down on Awkward Monsters, then go home and come out to Mike Moans. And we'll put a healer down on his so that they have a healer. Then I'll come back out to home so that I can see who I need to place a thing down on the battlefield on. Oh no, it's where the white spray. I'm trying to get rid of this plastic off of him, and it's turning out to be white spray paint where the white spray paint got him. See, I did the cloak in 2 different bases to give it a more stark look. And I also ran out of black, so we had to do it in white. Get any dust off them as well while I'm at it. Right, I am winging it with this guy because they didn't actually give us an instruction set for this one.
Wow.
Where's my glue? So we'll try and do his body first, I think, just to make
Do
sure that...
legs, the base part that attaches to the base first.
He's literally, I mean, on this one we had to shave off his attaching part for here because it was misshapen very badly. So I'm going to have to... Oh, where's my reference? It's definitely his front. Right.
I can send you one where you can spin it 3D if you want.
No, it's alright. I've just got to work out where to put
It
the
doesn't have a
glue.
backpack because he's in Terminator arm.
I'm still looking for where I need to put the glue. So, give this a quick dust down because he's going to need a lot more glue than I usually deal with because his pegging parts aren't in the correct... It should be easier if I use this to scrape the paint off very gently.
Yeah. Right. That is how the cloak is. That's the back.
You mean the bit that's on the outside?
On the outside's the back,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the 3D one that spins around here shows it on the back.
Okay.
So that's the back. That is in gold, like a bronzy burnished. That emblem. The
I
rest of
gathered as much. Almost everything on these guys is highlighted either in red or gold.
it's purplish red. This bit.
He has an indigo...
Yeah, look.
Oh, I'm going to have fun mixing that one.
I've got something similar to that here.
I'm going to have to mix that shade. So
I've got screaming like a purplish pink in here.
I'm going to have to mix the shade. We haven't got one that dark.
The base of it in there.
Yep. As long as I've got a reference to the colour, I can mix it.
So do you want me to send this to you?
You may as well shove it over Discord.
Yeah.
I'm invisible on there at the minute. I am online, I'm just invisible. I forgot to put it on.
I'll do that because this will help you, won't it?
Yeah. Sort my Discord out as soon as I'm done with this bit.
Yeah, I'm just loading my Discord because it crashed earlier. It had an update, updated it, and it crashed. We're really having some tech issues.
Not just having tech issues, we're having everything issues. I swear Loki has owned this week. It must be Loki's
there.
Loki's week.
Yeah.
Right.
It's freezing up on the starting up now.
course it is. Of course, I've forgotten to put myself on as online, so I'm just going to set my custom statement to streaming on Kick and YouTube. YouTube, apparently, because I can't spell tube now. Right. We'll put it on for 4 hours, even though I don't need it for that long, because, well, I only stream for about 2 hours on weekdays, because I have too many demands upon my time. Right then. What I'll do is I'll put the glue on the bottom one so gravity does its thing. If that is, that I don't need to drill the hole in the...
There. Scent.
Of course I need to drill a hole in the glue. Why would I expect anything less? Okay, where is the drill?
You put it behind the keyboard last time I saw.
Can't see it for looking. Drill has many uses in a modeller's kit.
Yeah, he's in Cataphractii Terminator. So he doesn't have a backpack.
Doesn't the Cataphractii armor have its own boosters or something? You know,
It's-
miniature jet propulsion boosters. But nothing like a backpacked power, just enough to make you jump a bit higher.
See that bit in the
Yeah.
back? There. It's
Move your arm.
right. This is meant to go like
Can I have his body back? I'm going to need to glue him on.
that. Yeah. There.
Okay, bit too much glue.
Yeah, got him the right way around.
Just gotta make sure he's... There we go. Where he's supposed to sit. And if that doesn't work, I'll reinforce him just a little bit with some green stuff. So we'll sit him there. There his arms.
That's one arm, yeah. That arm is the shoulder. That's the gun. So this gun attaches to it
Okay.
there. That's the top of back there. That bit.
Yeah, well, we're not touching him for a minute. Let him set. As we clean up the
Oh,
rest of it while I
that's-
wait.
That's his head and his insignia.
As I say, it's all these little fiddly bits.
Insignia
Please keep them
there
on
and the
there.
head. I think you should do that bit next. Attach his feet to that.
No. Base gets done last. I might attach that to the base.
Oh, to one of those.
Yeah.
Pick which one you'd like.
I won't be getting attached to one of them because that is rocks. He gets a boring base, I'm afraid.
No, it's not that. I just got something in my eye.
Probably one of them kamikaze flies. I mean, I've got fly traps set up to catch them and get them back outside, but no, they still prefer our eyeballs. I've got his base here. Bit bigger than that.
Okay.
See?
Hmm.
I might use those as spray bases, though.
Got loads of them.
Yeah, because we've got...
'Cause
However many of these we've
I've
got,
got 50 of those.
we've got spares of these.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Right.
Just thought you could use it to put a pin in or hold something there, you know.
I can go over there out my way for now.
I would say put it in the middle.
The pin?
No.
Oh,
that, in the,
this?
that in the middle. And when I get those tough things, we can put a couple here.
Right, so you want him in the middle. I mean, he is your model. He is
yeah,
going to be
put them
used
in the
by you.
middle.
Okay.
And when I get those tough things, we can put it around it, can't we?
I mean, the tough things I've also been making.
Yeah.
Because I like making tufts of grass out of old bits of models we've got around in places. Now, yes, I have actually got kitchen towel down on the grounds that this glue stuff gets everywhere. And it's just easier to pick up a kitchen towel and throw it away than it is to deal with glue. Where's the eyeliner rabbit? So these are the tufts I've been making. They need a bit of a clean up because they fell in the dust yesterday. I also need to separate them from the thing I've been making them off of. So while they dry, I'll put that all over there a minute. Where's my flag brush? Apparently that one wasn't glued on enough. Okay. Now there's hair everywhere. Especially where hair does not get even after a good vacuum clean. So this is me recycling an old plastic bonsai tree I had. And the thing got shredded by the cats, so I decided let's recycle the leafy bits because they make nice little bush tufts. Oh no, I wanted that one as a vine actually, didn't I? That one's actually coverage for a bigger base, that one. That one can go back in the box. These might be a bit big for this one, but we'll see. Ah. See where you came off of. Put you to one side. Can we? I mean, if I cut it in half. So. Theoretically flatten them and get an enemy looking taco piece of it. Okay, right. We'll leave that for another project. See, that's another thing I do, is I find old models, you know, places like recycle centres and stuff like that. I'd rather leaving them to, you know, go to waste. I'll recycle them and use them as scenery or, you know, turn them into a different model. But yeah, I think these tufts of grass are going to be a bit big for this one. Yeah. Get them some flack or something. Well, I've got some flag, but I hate using it. It's like iron filings and gets everywhere. Right, he's ready for handling now. So we can hopefully stick his arms on. We did one arm at a time though, obviously. Oof. This army painter glue is strong stuff. Oof. Right now his head
Smells strong, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes you woozy if you're over it.
His head
is very small.
Is that one, yeah. Slots in.
I can see how it slots in, and I'm pondering if I should stick it on a pike and paint it separately because it is so small.
Yes, I would advise doing it, painting on a pike separately.
There it is. I was going to say, where's his other arm? Worried for a minute there.
I'd probably also suggest doing the sword separately as well.
I'm going to do the sword separately. I like to do certain parts of them without things in the way. So
Same with the cloak, I take it as well.
I like, like the cloak, the smaller bits, the weapons and stuff. I like to do them separately from the model so I can really get at their detail. And then I will glue them on later. Nice. Or is it this arm? We put his arm on wrong. So thinking, how does he hold his sword? Don't think he has it sticking out round the back. Of course, I angled it just wrong. Luckily, the glue hadn't set yet. So he should be holding it like that, according to the thing. So he should be on here. Holds it like that. That goes into that hole there. Another reason he's not been glued to the base yet. So I can dry brush that base. Well, luckily there's no flap on that one this time, so I've really been over them. Is on that one. That's going to take some delicate work. Put the flap away as opposed to the key support. Save me a lot of work later. Slightest knock and these are out your hands. Stay on there just because they're small. Okay. So he's now ready to join the getting painted crew. So we'll put him over there. So he can carry on setting. And then when he's set, I'll come over and start base coating him. All right. Right then. Oh, can you go grab my palette for me? I forgot to bring it in.
One of those days.
It is one of those days. I don't think I've fully recovered from the weekend. It's just been crazy here. So we have Nile oil, which... Yep. Oh, that's since a week ago when the big storms came in, yeah. Is that my... That feels too stiff to be my...
Do you want the... I've got the black ones over here as well.
Oh yeah, just put them here. I don't need them yet.
Just in case.
When some of these brushes start retiring, then I'll need them. Right. Yep, I heard my Stream Raiders. Yeah. So exclamation mark battle if you want to join the Stream Raiders. Scobie. Okay, so nope, that is Discord. Yeah. Kick is pretty good. It's gonna be YouTube I need you to keep an eye on. So let's see. I need to place a unit over on Mike Moans. Give him an archer. Go home. Go over to Awkward Monsters. Put a Saints down. Okay. So before we start with them, we'll squish those up again. I need to paint these with some Nuln oil, some of these with Nuln oil. This brush is really being... Okay, we're just going to leave you to soak in some washing up liquid water for a minute. See if it helps it. In which case I'll use my broader brush, which got retired ages ago. That wasn't very good, so I'll put that one in. There's my old wash brush. Not ideal for this job, but it's what it was originally for. A Citadel wash brush, but it's gotten splayed, so there's a tendency to lose hairs. And put a bit too much where I don't want it. And leave air bubbles, that's the other problem I have with it now. That's why it's actually become my horrible jobs brush. It mixes paint for me. You message me on Kick, I will now hear you, but YouTube I've got to keep half an eye on. So I apologise if I don't reply to you instantly or within what you might consider a timely fashion, because at the same time I'm focusing here on painting. It's very, very hard for me to keep an eye on things. So I apologise if I come across as hyper-focused, because, well, I am hyper-focused. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. It's just... it's hard to keep an eye on chat while you're painting, because you're within a time frame before the paints dry out due to air exposure. So I apologise, I do try. I do realise I need to try a bit better. But know that I am not ignoring you. It's washed down to draw out the details so I can then paint in the highlights.
Very fine brush.
Very fine brush. My brush with probably just one hair in it. I'm going to have to say I'm a little bit disappointed in these metallics from the Verger range here. The glitter from the metallics is washed across where I've got solid colour. I mean, it's not unworkable, but not really what you want in a wash. But it needs to be non-oiled. Non-oiled. At least on that set. Actually, let's put you lot out of the way for the minute. Oh, here we go. Hay fever itchy nose coming in already, and it's a windy, dank day. How does this keep happening? I haven't got any flowering plants in the house. It's none that I'm aware of. It's the sand ones on this one I don't want to wash yet. Because I've got to paint in the skulls. Automatically gone to non-oil the skulls and then realised I haven't put skull white on that yet. I'll deal with that in a minute. Let's get the ones that need washing washed. And so it highlights them a bit before I come over and Not too worried about some of the overpaint and some of these bits because I'm going to be coming over with texture paint anyway at some point. Add some more texture to these bases. Scarf. Oh, never would have been done. base is semi done. Just highlights and varnishing to do on them now. They've had time to dry.
Oh, the backpacks. I see.
Just to prove that the skull white is not forgotten on those bases. Alright. Mostly proving it to myself, though. Oh, pardon me. much. You get back on my keyboard. Great. Now instead of standing up, they're going flying. Where did I put their cloak? Oh. Where did I put their cloaks? Duh. There. That's where I put their cloaks. Right, now I need the darker tones. Although I'm wondering if I should just wash them with Seraphim Sepia. Is my proper wash brush eased up yet? Yes. Brilliant. Now then. Nope. One I need for the cloaks. Right. Where's the brush again? Come through and highlight those later, much later. Put them up there out the way. Pick for this job. dry off a bit first. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for the follow. At least I can hear you now on Kick, so... How do we say you? Is it... Gene Slicer? So I'm terrible with pronouncing names, especially when on my chat they're like... Yes, we do. I mean, it's a bit saturated on Twitch with minis. But the problem is we broke over 4 or 5 even categories. I mean, for some reason, Twitch seems to think minis are on just D&D and thingy. Okay, I can call you Jean. Everyone just calls me Fox because no one can say Kitsune, not even the bot apparently. Which is insulting. First made it stop reading names. So what kind of minis do you like? Yes. The only way to make the bot say my name. Hi, Wara. Or Warai. A. Is that A? AI? A? Warai? See, now I can't say names. Ugh. So, hello, peoples. So, is there any particular models you all like? What armies? Color schemes? Any mini. Doesn't have to be 40k. Although that's only one aspect of the folklore, but yes. They're also god of rice and blessings. Trickery. Mischief. All depends on the element they're part of and which shrine they're part of. Swear, Horus Heresy has been a nightmare this year. Right, that's him. Semi done for now. Need to find a way to hold him. You can go over there.
The better models for 40k is the Horus Heresy ones.
I know. I mean, they've been a nightmare to paint. Right, is it finally time to break out the red?
Which one? You've
Stay
got several
standing.
in there.
Several up there, apparently. No. Right, you can go over there. You've been based. No, that red's like tomato ketchup. Now to redo this one's wings. I paint many different models. So what do you paint, Jean? Well, okay, let's slim this down. What's your favourite to paint? I'm not a fan of orcs, mostly because I hate what they do to my paintbrushes. That's it. I only hate orcs for what they do to my paintbrushes. Shred them. Other than that, they're fun models to paint. Any of you lot know? Yeah. It's the machinery that orcs tend to have that does my paintbrushes in. I apologise if there's any lag. That has to be Bloodborne. I mean, each to their own. I'm more of an elf girl, me. This is my partner Ojin's um Dark Angels Horus Heresy army I'm doing at the minute. I've got a lot of these to do. But I'm more of a wood elf girl. So I'm still annoyed at Games Workshop for pretty much eliminating wood elves and turning them into just trees. Good grief. I wish we could do a show and tell on these streams without having to go to Discords. Oh, if any of you have channels, feel free to self-promote, you two. We all need to interlink with each other a bit better to get more creators together. So we can raid each other. Like, I've got to confess, my favourite models to paint would have to be D&D models. Just because they're so different. You never get the same model twice unless it's a generic printout. Apologise for the camera as well. I'm still trying to find the best position for the thing. Oh, I feel your pain. I don't have a 3D printer at the moment, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd be pretty much the same and need extra hard drives for my 3D printouts. I also do cosplay, but again, no 3D printer. Unfortunately, I was in a position where I've had to let that go. Mind you, I might be able to twist the arm of my cousin to start doing printouts for me if I ever go back to pro painting. Ah, I miss my FDM printer. I hope the person I gave it to is making good use of it. By gave, I mean sold. So 5 by 5 by 5. It's pretty good. Still a small one, but no, for a domestic one, that's pretty good. Ah, speaking of which, I need to check my stream radars. It messaged me about 10 minutes ago, but I've been hyper focused on painting.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yes.
You're so focused, you're like blinkered to what you're doing.
Oh, update. No!
That's probably what the ping was.
How dare it update? Right, I'm going to have to do this the difficult way. So back over to my browser. We have updated the game. Please reload. Oh, it must be the new season. Why has Vortex loaded? I'm not playing Skyrim. Or any other modded game that I've got for that matter. Yeah, that's... Sorry, I'm thinking in centimeters. I have not had caffeine yet this afternoon. Yes, there is a space to my left-hand side where there was once a printer. Not enough space to work on, though. Because it's just a space now. Yeah, I was thinking 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. Considerably smaller. And unworkable. But okay for a small domestic one. Sorry, my friend slash cousin. Yes. My friend builds the do-it-yourself ones. So yeah, I've seen some pretty small ones, and that's what I was thinking for some reason. Small for printing microchips, there we go. Hang on. Are you down? Oh, okay, right. So 2 minutes before Stream Raiders is back up. That's a pretty big update. Right, so picking up my box from Mike Moans. And Awkward Monsters. Place my customary unit into Awkward Monsters. Right. Then I'm going to go home, and then I'm going to switch to Captain's View and set my own game off while I wait for the actual app to upload. Switch to Captain. View as Captain. Have I not got Discord set up? We have one called Art, so I'll just get you the direct link to it. You will have to go through an anti-bot process to get in. Failing that, just DM me so I know your name and I can let you straight in. Where is they? What? A self-promotion, general chat area. Did they move it to the nerd zone while I wasn't? Yes, they did. Right, okay. So this is a temporary link. Ooh, nice. New toys are always fun. Now, I'm hoping that posted over on Kick. No, it didn't. Right. Okay, so I'm going to go the long way round. Thank you, Botrix, for that terrible link readout. Okay, that takes you straight to Arts, where you can just post anything arty. Literally anything arty. As long as it's not adult content stuff. My channel has been in trouble for that a couple of times, with people posting actual art, but it was considered raunchy.
Erotic.
No, raunchy. Erotic would be, yeah. The stuff my little brother has on his channel quite freely. Put this in like a cigarette, even though I've never smoked in my life. But I did hang around those who did. I'm going to have to make a whole new member for artists, I think. Just so you can all get straight access to that channel. I also need to go over this stream channel. No, it's fine. I'll take the risk. If it's too raunchy, one of my admins will jump on it if they're about. Or I will, because I'm about. Right, so it stopped being watery, but yes, right, brilliant. Now I can highlight these back feathers and then I can start coming in with a lighter red. Not pink. Okay, I'll take the risk. I can always change it to an NSF. Oh, yeah, I think I might do that with the art channel, just so that people can actually freely post their art. Because even I'm getting a little bit miffed with the ever-changing goalpost rules. Okay, arts. Edit channel. Invites, invitations, permissions. No, we don't want it as a private channel. Where is the NSFW? And they've moved it. Right, so we'll do it to the whole category then. Edit category. I don't want to just left one set of roles in. Private threads. Extensions, stickers, okay, right, usual stuff. Extensions, mute, deafen, move members, request to speak. There's no voice channels in this one. Oh, right, I will do that later. Okay, so just treat arts as an NSFW thing. I will get into the server settings a bit later after stream and tag it up as such. My admins are at work at the moment, so we're all good. It's just me admining my chat. And yes, I just made that word up.
Just gonna say, your model that you're painting is close to being hidden, but yet it's now hidden by your music on the side. It's like your camera has moved again.
Probably has.
Yeah, that where it's there now, where you put that thing.
Okay.
Just a moment.
Just doing some technical stuff so you can actually see what's going on my desk.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now I can actually see it. It's like it's moved again.
My camera has a habit of moving.
So I better raise it.
So yeah, if that happens, folks, just yell camera at me if I need to adjust my camera, because sometimes I won't notice till you guys tell me about tech issues.
It was fine until the last couple of minutes. It's like
Yeah, I may have knocked... Oh, I think I know what's happening. I may have knocked the cable with the microphone arm.
At least I told you.
I need to get a proper overhead bar for this camera, really. Right, so that's the dark red done. That can go into the washing up liquid wash. Thank you. Give me some nice white. Now we find out what horrible colour this is going to turn into. That's too orange. Brush for horrible jobs. rinse off. I can have them out of the water bowl. It's really not good for brushes, but I just duh. Yeah, I don't lick my paintbrushes. Sorry, people. Mostly because I'm never sure if I'm going to be allergic to the paint or not. I have a interesting immune system. Okay. See if we can get it to capture, shall we? Display capture. Yes. Okay. Right. Still not showing Discord, is it? No. It's not. So we'll just shove this on top of everything. Order. Move to top. There we go. Right, so Discord. Ooh, very nice. Okay, at risk. So that'll be the goblin poster go. I can't, as much as I do like the detail on her, I've got to stroll past a bit quicker than I'd like. Reminds me of Pinky from Doom, that. Is that a hooked horror? It's got to be a hooked horror. Is it not? We'll sort that out. Right, there. Don't know why, I have to keep transitioning it. Discord. Helps if I click on Discord. That reminds me of Pinky from Doom. That I want to say it's a hooked horror, but it's a demon. So it's actually a demon. I haven't painted a lot of demons, so I'm not familiar with them all. Ooh. A crashed plane in what looks like toxic goo. Very nice. Especially like this detail around the edge of the crater. Like the detail around the crater. I definitely need to get this grass stuff. Ooh. I like the little dog. This is Fallout stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. Very nice. Do you have, I would say, do you have a business? And if not, why not? Ooh. An old fountain. Good. If you want to self-promo here, go ahead. I like to encourage good businesses that encourage the modelling hobby of all kinds. Oh, I've got a long way to go before I'm back to the standard of your painting. Looks like my average D&D party, this. Yes, but I'm not used, believe it or not, I'm not used to painting with brushes. I'm actually an airbrush painter usually. But I'm having to come up with new tactics because I've got all sorts of problems going on with my tendons. So I'm dragging people with me on my journey as I learn new painting techniques.
He's using speed paint. That means he's using the Vallejo speed paint, possibly.
There's more than Vallejo speed paint. Sorry, Ojin's just over this way to me. He's not. I don't think he's within range of the speaker some of the time.
I'm looking up things like the bar you were talking about at the moment.
Yeah, I do need to mark this as NSFW so that people can post their art a lot more freely. Is it going to let me do it though? Because they keep changing things on Discord. So you know one thing one day and you come back and it's not even the same Discord anymore. Right, so we'll hide display capture again. Transition. Now then, just waiting for... Did you just upload more? Ooh. That brings back fond memories of doing Dreadfleet. That was my last major paint before I had to stop painting due to health reasons. Really does bring back fond memories of doing the Dreadfleet stuff. The detail on those was so tiny. That is a really nice ship. I might have to get out my old Dreadfleet, strip their paint and repaint them. Just for fun. As a project to myself. I need to find the photos of my old Dreadfleet, actually. It's been a long time. As much as I want to look at Goblin Girl, I have to be careful on stream because we're on YouTube. Ah. Well, I'll see if I can find my Dreadfleet and I'll upload it as well. Need to give you a better role. Oh, and you're a streamer yourself. Throw your link in. I need to add you to StreamCord as well. Or Mops. Whichever one has got space to take more people. Now I have to find arts and crafts again. Okay. This is where my entire thing, and I'm clicking all the wrong things, goes. Right. Is Stream Raiders back yet? Meanwhile, my paint's drying. Oops. Trying to get a light red, but not pink. Oh, cool. Dare we ask what, or is it a surprise? Now, is that lighter than the red I've already used? Yes, good. Okay. I haven't seen a big model since a friend painted a Titan. Still like to know where he got the money for the Titan. Right, let's get this battle I completely forgot about out of the way, where I'd probably die horribly or win epically. Okay, apparently my archer is epic. Okay, let me collect. Thank you. Right, so I apparently have a little bit of lag going on. I apologise for that, folks. That'll be down to the weather conditions here.
It's picked up again.
Okay, battle. Can W. I'm going to assume that's working. Just because, well, we all make typos. I'm dyslexic and bots. There we go. Okay, exclamation mark battle if anyone wants to join the Stream Raiders. Or I can do it for everyone because easier. So it should have done it on YouTube. There you go. Okay, so it didn't do it on YouTube properly. So note to self, I actually have to physically come in and do it on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
And mute YouTube at the same time because it unmuted because I clicked on it. Okay. Okay, so it's been sent. Back to looking. Display capture again. So, ooh. Reminds me of days when I used to play with Lego. So around about half of my torso. That's a pretty big model. Reminds me of the days when I used to play with Lego. Only better, obviously, because
Reminds
Lego.
me of the Arena Titan models.
Yeah, it's also the Arena Titan models as well, isn't it?
Arena Titan's a slight bit bigger though.
And that's the idea. Ooh, I like the idea plan of it. And we're told that kids don't like this sort of stuff. Oh, I know. I can't remember the name of it, but I know this character where she's reincarnated as a spider.
Oh yeah. What was that?
What do you want, Princess Meep? It's a little black cat.
What is it?
That's it. Thank you.
Come on. What is it?
What's the matter now, Meeple Moo?
Come on.
Oh, it might be because I haven't refilled her biscuits.
Alright.
Right, she's a cat we can't pick up yet. I don't put her on. Is that the bears? Oh my god. Last time I saw one of these bears, it wasn't a particularly pleasant time. But yeah, I often see them as little models with get well soon and stuff at the hospitals. Giving them little dog tags as well. Right. I need to come off display. Need to transition it again. There we go. Hopefully the camera angle's okay. It's not the best camera in the world, but the lower end Nexigo is better than this one. Wow. I've never had the chance to play with lasers, to be honest. For the wife. Half my streaming equipment is stuff from Ojin. No, I'm not even using the right brush. I'm there thinking, hang on, why is that brush so thick? It's because it's not the right brush. It's my number 1 brush. I want my 0.2 brush.
Don't tell me you want me to put a pouch down.
That sounds like something I'd do if I get to play with something like that. Set fire to things. By complete accident, just trying stuff out.
She's eating bits off the plate already.
Oh, she now wants a new pouch, even though she's ignored the last pouch.
Yeah.
Ay. If Mike Moans thought his cat was a princess, he has not met this new feral cat that I've got. She's just started to warm up to humans and demand things. And she's like, nope, I don't want that flavour of food today. How dare you offer that flavour of food? I liked that food yesterday. Yeah. You make a light red and it still turns out pink. Ugh, I hate pink. And it was only because the only reason I hate pink is when I was a child, I was told I had to act ladylike and do all the things girls like to do. And I lived in a rural area where there was a grand total of 2 girls and 11 boys of my age group. The others were still infants at the time. Can't really play with those when you're a young child that wants to play with people. So I wasn't into the girly stuff. And my dad decided, because I'm a girl, I have to have a pink bedroom. This placed my dislike intensely of pink forever after. Okay. Have nice food. I need to go make mine in a bit. I'm not going to be streaming for much longer. I'm still doing a catch-up half-hour here and there to make sure I meet my stream hours quota for the marathon. So that is a reminder, folks. This is a charity marathon because once I settle down into my proper streaming routine, I'll only be doing this a couple of times in the weekdays itself. So I'm trying to raise money for Elm Wildlife Hospital here in Devon. That has to be chicken you've given her. It's the only one that smells that much.
Salmon.
Salmon? Oof.
Soot came racing down as soon as I opened the packet.
She thinks they're dreamies, that's why. Any sign of His Royal Highness yet today, or
No.
is he not even shown up yet?
Not showing up today.
Doing a two-tone on their head wings. I hope you don't mind. I know they're your models, but I hope you don't mind.
You've already done it, so there.
Hint, hint. Tough luck. I've already done it.
Yeah, exactly. So, do I get an obvious?
No, you don't. You're making me paint these things. You've turned me into your Horus Heresy paint slave. You are going to deal
Right,
with my
that's it.
artistic value.
Where's the slave collar? You said it.
Need to get my D&D models out of that drawer upstairs and get them paint stripped and get them repainted. And see if we can relocate all the parts of Dreadfleet and do them as well.
That's why I want to get that case that I found.
Right, well, its basing's okay, so we're not going to mess with that. How has everything got a metallic colorization to it when I'm not using metallics?
Because some of the paint actually turns into that.
No, I'm going to do those top two feathers white. Just reasons, because this guy's meant to be a champion or something.
Well,
in his
they're the
group.
personal guards of the chapter masters and the Primarchs. So they're the strong veterans of the entire Legion.
Or I might be extra girly and do it purple. You can hear me threatening him in the background here.
Yep.
So yeah, feel free to suggest ideas and such, folks. I'm all up for any extra techniques I can learn or try. Had one streamer suggest a thing about washing brushes with one container with soapy water and one container clean water. Best idea I've had so far, and it's brilliant. It's working great. It gets the paint right off the brushes without having to put them through nasty, nasty chemicals. And it's actually saving my brushes to an extent, of course. And that came from another person that just flew by. And luckily, these are still only base coat red, so yeah, we'll be toning them up again soon. Pop that in there. And now I need off-white, which is probably more white than white. Still too much paint. I haven't went past base coating on that black yet, but yeah, there we go. I've accidentally brushed white on there where I didn't want white. Hoping I'll be able to get a decent photo of these when they're done and get them up into some arty places like on Mike Moans, so that people can have a look
Especially
at what
the
we're doing.
Primark ones, we've got all that.
I think it's just the, is it just the sword?
Just the swords. I think that's it. I think it's just the swords.
Bring me the primer. I'll see if I can base that sword, because this white coat that I'm using now is a base coat. I can, if I had my airbrush, I can use it as a primer.
That's him there. There it is. I smell the prime of the black.
Citadel. Oh no, it was army paint.
Army painter.
Right, let's cut some of this flak off before I start, so that
Yeah,
I can.
'cause the one we'll actually be using is the chainsword one.
This one.
That one, yeah.
Here somewhere. I know you're going to stab me in the thumb when I go to get you.
Yeah, I got you that, didn't I? Because we couldn't find.
Well, I'm sure the original one will turn up. That's just how this house works. When you're not looking for something, it turns up. Oh, air bubble. Get on that while we have it out. Okay, really old brush that I don't care about. Where are you? Okay, fine. Sculpting tool that likes to stab me in the finger. Where have you got to? So the sculpting tool that likes to stab me has vanished from my tool glass. So what I'm doing here, folks, is I've got Citadel's rather handy liquid green. Actually, it might be better if I put it up this one. Don't know if you can see it. And I am fixing an air bubble that is on the very, very tip of this sword. I mean, until I was cleaning up flak, I didn't even see it. And it's sometimes a bit of a problem with fine cast and prints, although I believe this guy might actually be a fine cast model, owing to the fact he has an air bubble. Although sometimes resin models can get it as well, but it's pretty rare on the 3D prints. At least in my experience, anyway. But yeah, if this guy's a fine cast, as the plastic seems to act. I remember when they did that back in 2011 on Citadel, and I just stopped doing Citadel because I got fed up with the fine casts. That you'd be paying 60 odd quid, or anywhere between 30 and 60 quid for the fine cast models, and you'd be spending 3/4 of your time fixing the air bubbles. I mean, it's one thing to do a little bit of sculpting. It's another when pretty much you're doing the whole model from scratch. I'm glad to say Forge World have always been pretty good. And I have to admit, this is the first time I've had a fault with them. Unless this sword here also has a few faults. Now, I was going to base coat these, but I'm going to let that liquid green set so that I can smooth it off later. Now then, I'm going to try and clean up the flak on this sword, because the fault is actually here, where I'm cutting very carefully. Again, fixable with liquid green, which is what they probably thought. At least he has a hole there now, which is more than he had earlier. Oh, and air bubbles. Why am I not surprised? He definitely has to be fine cast. Or they haven't got their printer sorted yet. Because I know that Forge World UK have just done a whole relocate. But yeah, out of all the Forge World stuff I've ever had to deal with, this is the first time I've ever actually come up with this. But it's not bad enough to say that it's a major fault. It's a slight cosmetic fault, but all fixable with green stuff, so not the end of the world, just a very slight annoyance. Probably not going to be using this sword, but I'll fix it up so I can use it on a D&D model or something. I'm always making those out of bits and pieces of other models. I don't like bits of model going to waste, so it all gets recycled. Actually, looking at this one's hands, might be able to use it for a Nazgul. Yep, liquid green in my lens. Where else? There it is. Yeah, this liquid green's already dried. Should build that up. This is where the fault was. I can at least make it like the rest of the sword now. Yeah, the fault was up here, of course, on this one where there's an air bubble and the hole wasn't present. There we go. Oh, another air bubble there. Smooth that out so it fits the rest of the model. It's a little bit like peeling a potato, this one. As soon as you think you've done with one fault, you find another slight one somewhere else.
Is that the wolf sword?
I think so, yeah, the big broadsword thing. I'm not technical on their names.
Yeah, the chainsaw's for the wolf sword.
The wolf sword, which you said is the chain sword, is the one that's got one tiny air bubble in it.
That one had a problem with the wing, you said.
Yes, yep, I've sorted the wing out, I've sorted the hilt out, and now I've found that the blade itself has a few faults that need
Is it because of
gently...
how thin it is?
I don't think it is because of how thin it is. I think it's because it is actually fine cast. It's not 3D printed like the rest of it. The swords seem to be completely different plastic from the rest of the model.
Okay, odd.
Much more brittle too, for that matter. The only plastic I remember being like that was the Citadel fine cast. Out of interest, is the YouTube still running, or have they shut it down saying, hey,
It's
pictures
still
up-"
running.
Right. So me continuously stressing it.
Berating them.
Yeah. So you have to berate YouTube after a win with them to make sure that they're like, oh, right, yeah, I see.
Just to make sure. There.
Ah,
That makes you jump.
no,
You can stab yourself.
a little bit. Nothing serious. Don't worry, folks, my thumb is fine. It's a tiny little paper cup, nothing more. I went to look up to see if my partner's post over on thingy for me, and that was my mistake. I took my eyes off my tool, and for some reason that causes me to lose coordination occasionally. Stay. A little more stabby. I'm just gently shaving off some faults that are on the blade. We now have a sword that looks more like a sword and less like a lump of concrete pretending to be a sword. It's also got rid of a few air bubbles off the edges. There we go. Faults fixed. Flak cleared. Blade made to look like a blade. Ready to be recycled onto a different model entirely. How's this doing? Are we ready to... We are. So I can now take the... Well, plastic off of that first because we don't like that polluting anything. Yep, that allows me now to see where I need to add more. It's the next stage of that air bubble filled in, hopefully. It only needs 2. Hopefully. We'll see. So that can go there. And my name was originally to base paint these, but yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll base paint half from there, because that's where the green stuff is. Yep, definitely just a small paper cut. Just reaffirming. All this has to do is act as a foundation, really, so not too worried if it's haphazard with this poor little old brush. I'm going to call this the shoe brush at this point. If this fails, I can always drop it into some paint cleaning stuff. Re-green stuff it where necessary. Now I can do that side of the blade, just not the top. So oh. Okay, so that's where I'm going to call it quits for the day, because I'm at a point now in painting where, again, I'm waiting for things to dry. And I'm over my limit at this point anyway. as in, you know, my 2-hour limit that I'm supposed to adhere to. When I do start streaming properly as of next week, it will be weekends. I'll be over on Twitch, and then probably Wednesday and Thursday I will be here on Kick and YouTube. As I said, this everyday thing is a streaming marathon in aid of Elm Wildlife. So I'm doing X amount of hours to make up 48 hours in total with streaming. As my target, as my challenge target. No one's asked me to do that, but I am trying to get money in for Elm Wildlife because they are Devon's largest wildlife hospital. They're the only ones that specialise in as many animals as they do. And if we lose them, that would be the equivalent of Devon losing both Torbay and Derriford hospitals at the same time. Because after that, it just becomes very specialised animal rescues, in that they only deal with 1 or 2 types of animals. Most of them here in Devon seem to deal with hedgehogs, quite frankly. Nothing wrong with dealing hedgehogs, it's just that there's more to wildlife than simply hedgehogs. I mean, we've got birds of prey, foxes, badgers, wildlife. And Elm Wildlife Rescue does that. Where the other 2 in the area are both hedgehog rescues, and with 1 being a raptor rescue. After that, it's up to North Devon near Tiverton, where there's another generalised rescue, but they only do rehabilitation, I believe. I'm not familiar with them, so I can't say for certain. But animals from Devon, I should say South Devon, Mid Devon, East Devon, as in south half of East Devon, West Devon, which is Cornwall side, and Cornwall would all have to travel up to Tiverton, or 2 or I think 3 counties over to get to the rescues they'd need, because they're the only ones in the country that specialise in it. So it would be a big loss to wildlife if we lose Elm, because they can't relocate. And they're relocating because rents, 1, have got extortionate where they are, and 2, the council wants to redevelop the area that they're in now anyway. So they've managed to do some buying time. The founder is even going to go as far as to sell his house to front some of the funding. And I think that's a bit drastic, but I understand it. So if you can add a few pennies or pounds to the GoFundMe, that would, you know, be much appreciated. I'm going to post up the links now before I sign off. I might actually just do a text thing on here. Is that, you know, I mean, there's the QR code on my videos while I'm being a dunce. I keep forgetting I've got a QR code on the video up in the top there next to the Elm Wildlife Rescue logo. That takes you straight to the GoFundMe page. If you can you check out their YouTube as well? It would help them get monetized if they can get the 500 subscribers they need. Now they've got everything else, just need the 500 subscribers. Where I think when I last checked yesterday, they were at 200. So yeah, I'm just going to turn the music off because we are ending the stream now. Let's have a look, see. Oh, and it's just me on Stream Raiders again, so I'll just get that over with. Let's see. Can I get capture to get it? Display capture, capture it, transition. So yeah, just gonna copy this link. I'm gonna post it in YouTube, and then I'll post it in Kick. I mean, the bots shout it enough anyway at the moment, but if you can donate a few pounds, please, if you can, donate to them. I don't know why it's got TTPS twice.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you about that. Is that an error on it?
It's an error on it, yes. Let me just fix that. Right, so there we go. Thank you, bot. Thank you. Right, so yeah, if you go to that link, it'll take you to their GoFundMe. I'm just going to go see if I can find their YouTube channel. Got notification. Tab, that would be helpful. And I can go to my channel where we can see me. Because I know I've got them listed as the charities we support on our YouTube. So, yep, okay, so we can now unlock display capture. So there we are. It's the Elm Wildlife thing just below the thing. What's it on YouTube? So I'm just going to go over and check how many they've got. So he's up to 226 subscribers. We're aiming to get him to 500 so they can monetize their channel and find another way of monetizing. But yeah, when they're able, they do post videos here to show the kind of work they do. I mean, they've got the Saving Baby Weasels and their story. A tour around their, I think it was their Torbay. I might be wrong. I know it's their old place where they did all their hedgehog rescuing. We've got the first of year's hoglets because it is still baby hedgehog season. They don't hibernate yet. The females have their second wave of baby hoglets around now, and so that's why we keep asking people to check their bonfires, because it's whole nests of hedgehogs under those bonfires during bonfire season. There's a story about the foxes they rescued. So yeah, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to play this stuff because I don't have permission to play it. I haven't asked, so I'm not going to assume. But, you know, I did play something the other day, and I don't want to be disrespectful, and I'm not being disrespectful. I would like to get them the funding they need and deserve. But, yep, come check out their YouTube channel. I will post a link to that now. And if you can, subscribe to that. If you can donate, please donate to their GoFundMe, because it's their GoFundMe I'm using. So that we can all see the target if it's being met. Why am I... Thank you. Right, so it's only posted it once this time. There we go, right. And now we're seeing echoes of echoes of echoes of echoes. So, yep, if you can check out their YouTube channel, drop a subscribe so we can get them to their 500 subscribers to get monetized. It'd be another way for them to fundraise and post videos of the work they do, quite frankly. So, yep, it's all in aid of those. I'd like to help them relocate. He has updated their GoFundMe to tell me what they're doing. He has a Facebook group as well, which is... just looking, I think it's helping hedgehogs, there's rescue hedgehogs, something like that. That's also all on their GoFundMe last I checked. Let's have a look actually. So yeah, it's all here. At Elm Wildlife on YouTube. He does give you quite the... Yeah, I mean, right here, it pretty much tells you everything that's going on right here and how it's the last chance to save them, because there's nowhere with cheaper rents in Devon. They have got extortion. I don't know why they think we're the cheapest nation, county in the country. We're not. We're really not. We're one of the most expensive. Mostly because it's where everyone buys their second homes. And we have no infrastructure to get anywhere because we don't really have much public transport, because everywhere's second homes, which turns to ghost towns, which means we lose our networks because no one's using it certain times a year because they're at their homes. So yeah, it's chaos down here. If that's Joe, he can go away.
I'll stay you're not in if it's here.
I'm nearly done. So yep, if you can donate to Elm Wildlife, that'd be great. If you can't, drop them a share. So, you know, just go to the share function here on the GoFundMe. There's the link. Copy that. or share it else. Okay. So I shall see you tomorrow around 2 o'clock on Kick and YouTube again. I can't raid on because I don't have the function yet. Still too young. I will see you later. If I can remember where my ending screen is. There we go. Okay, see you tomorrow, folks. Have a good day.